Yeah.
That's it.
He said in there, I said the Chuckle Brothers. Welcome. Are we live, Bex? Yes.
Are we on?
Bex, we are on. Guys, we are so excited. We are less than 24 hours away from COPTRZ CON. You know what I'm saying? It is so exciting. I don't think anybody's ever done this in the UK, and we're doing it, and we're just blessed and lucky to work with so many amazing partners within the drone industry, as well as people who've come through COPTRZ, either COPTRZ carrier training, that we're able to do this. And like I say,
it's ridiculous the amount of people that we've got on it and the people that are up for coming on.
Should we do like an Oscars thing? I would like to bet. No, this COPTRZ CON event is actually in partnership with Flyability, Wingtra, Parrot, Fleur, DJI, Typhon, Phase One, Lorenz Technology, Brigantes, Pix 4D, Northumbrian Water, Geo Access, Network X3 drones. I can go Plank,
Seven Trent, Raptor, Project Seagrass, Drone Prep.
There's so many. Flock, Lowland Rescue, West Yorkshire Police, Airwards, Area Media.
Group, Precision Air.
I love that. Gordon Ramsay style. Done.
I'm in
There is so many. And do you know what? We're also doing a little COPTRZ Awards as well, which is like a precursor to the big A Awards that Richard's doing. And he's actually involved in helping us judge. Is that right, Bex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is the judges?
Adam Watkins.
Yeah.
And yourself.
Oh, hang on a minute. I like how you set that up. So, do you know what? It's amazing. A lot's happened over the past year and a bit. We all know it, COVID. So normally what we do is we do COPTRZ CON, but it's like a big live face-to-face event. And we have all these drones and we do all these cool demonstrations and we have all our partners and suppliers across. We haven't been able to do that, but going digital, what that's allowed us to do is it's enabled us to make it a bit more global. So we've got speakers here that we would never have got because they wouldn't have been able to come to the UK. So we got Randall from Fleur is one of them. He's going to be on and he's going to be talking, and it's absolutely brilliant. But enough about in partnership with. Let's talk through the lineup a little bit, Steve. Let's fill it up. Now this is intense. This is like 2 full days of magic.
This is going to be ridiculous. So the people, like Kev rightly says, because we're now online, means we're going to get so much fantastic content. Whether that be your consumer, whether that be your large company, whether that be you're using drones a lot already, you've never used them before. You're looking at bringing them into a new organisation. You're looking at other innovative ideas. This is really going to cover absolutely everything. So, like you've mentioned, we've got Randall from Fleur, we've got Junior from Flyability, we've got a couple of the guys from DJI.
Asif from Parrot.
Asif from Parrot, of course.
Yeah. Launched a big commercial drone, the Parrot at the USA. DJI got M300. Fleur just launched some new cameras as well to go with the M300. M300 as well from DJI. We've got a great show on that with George, and obviously they've just brought out the L1 and P1, which is branching DJI out with the M300 into the surveying world. And hot off the press, I know Jim Pick, our amazing surveyor. Is there anyone better in the surveying industry than Jim involving drones?
I don't think so, but don't tell him that.
Oh no, his head's already big. Yeah, his head's already big. He's like Ren and Stimpy. What are we going to do today? Take over the world. No, that's not Jim. But
that was Pinky in the Brain.
Oh, is that Pinky in the Brain? What's Ren and Stimpy?
No idea.
Oh man, did I just stuff up a pop culture reference?
Potentially. Potentially.
Oh man, I could have done Beavis and Butthead. That's your Beavis and Butthead. But COPTRZ CON. So what's really cool is it kicks off with me, Steve, Ian from Network X3, and Tommy Wilson from Flock. So that kicks off at 9 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to be for an hour. And what we're going to do is we're just going to talk a little bit more in depth about what you can expect from the day, get everybody pumped up, get everyone excited for what we're going to be doing. And then from that point on, we are going to rock on to mastering the Matrice 300 RTK for drone inspections.
Yeah, so we're starting off really sort of like basic, just giving you the idea of how the day is going to set off, what's going to be important to you. I mean, don't get me wrong, fantastic. You can listen to all these, watch all these, be brilliant. best thing about this is people can jump on, you can jump off, you can listen to one, you don't have to listen to them all. So it gets really exciting. So straight into the M300.
What kind of organisation, just quick one, I know we're going to be touching on this quite a bit throughout the day, but what kind of organisations would get a lot of value out of attending that webinar? What do you think?
The M300 one?
Yeah,
for large inspection companies, obviously. So we're using, but then also people in the water industries, so Severn Trent Water, Yorkshire Water, they get a lot out of them, using them for their inspection as well. We also get large companies such as Terminex using them for pest control. The M300 really is the all-round drone, so I think it's important that everybody comes on it, wants to understand about inspection, but if you just want to know a little bit about the M300 as well,
absolutely.
no harm in coming on. A lot of it's transferable, so you see a lot of the different uses and payloads that we're using within inspection, like, well, we say the P1, perfect for surveying. Say the L1, again, can be used well within surveying.
The slider.
Exactly. Anyone can use that. Agriculture, forestry, it's amazing.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. And then we're going straight from inspections straight into our Drones for Surveying Summit, and we have got some heavy hitters on this bad boy, don't we?
Right.
And this is where kicking off at 11:45 a.m. It's for an hour. That's British Standard Time, and then it's I always get these wrong as well. 5:45 a.m. Central. What is it next? CDT.
Yeah.
What does it stand for?
We'll go with CDT.
Yeah, we'll go with CDT. Not to be confused with CBD.
That's the
CDB. CDB?
Maybe not.
Who knows? On Drones for Surveying Summit, like we said, we got some heavy hitters here. We've got Buckingham Group, we got Phase One, and we got Precision Air. And obviously,
gluing them all together.
We got James from Phase One, Chris York, Buckingham Group, Simon Judd, Precision Air Service, and Jim Pick. I love that. And Jim Pick.
So that's going to be exciting. So if you're wanting a bit of charisma and a bit of chat there, you've got Jim himself. He'll be more than up for that. He'll be gluing these people together. I know they've done some great work with Buckingham's Group. We've been doing some incredible stuff with all sorts of applications and drones. So without dwelling on that too much, we'll then move straight on.
Ooh, and this is, you may know or recognise Jamie Corden from such shows as Drone Talk every Tuesday. It's not happening today, though, is it, Bex? We've hijacked it. We've stole his show. This is awesome, right? Well, you better watch out. You might not be coming back, Steve.
Well, no, well, not with us good-looking chaps on here, Kev, I suppose.
No, have you seen my hair? It's terrible. Right, but what we're going into is Jamie's going to have someone called Chris Flanagan on TLP Drone Security, and this is really cool, man, because you see a lot of this, like all the advertising. You do your training, do this, do that, and then you'll earn X number of pounds from operating drones. But actually, what we're doing is we're bringing Chris Flanagan on, and he's going to be talking about how he built a drone business in 12 weeks.
Exactly, and he's a fascinating guy, Chris. I know Jamie's been telling me that he's so excited to be doing this webinar. Jamie's been working directly with Chris for well over a year now, and putting together, and Chris has been feeding us back his information. He's been constantly coming back to COPTRZ, doing additional training, and as he's been growing his business, he's also been inquiring different drones, different payloads, getting different uses out of them. I know Jamie talks a lot in his YouTube live webinars and things, Kev, about what people do next, how people do next, but sometimes you tune into them, you think, is this too good to be true? Can spending X amount on this business starter pack that COPTRZ offer is that really going to drive my sales or going to drive my income up? Well, find it out firsthand from Chris. He'll be able to tell you a few little tips, tricks, but also ultimately if it's the right, the right new career or the right business for you to get into and involved with.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, because that's the key part that a lot of people miss out. It's you've also got to know how to. It's not just getting the drone training, the license, the hardware, the technology, and the software. You've also got to run a business.
Exactly,
and that's the thing. So you've got to run that business. Then straight after that, we are going straight into an COPTRZ exclusive, and I'm so excited about this one. We called it the Eye in the Sky Defence Summit, and it's featuring Brigantes, Lorenz Technology, Planck, Typhon. And this is cool because what we're going to be doing on this bad boy is we're going to be showcasing technology that's not even on the market yet. Boom.
Exactly.
That's how cool this is. And it's like, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this. So if you can't wait for it, you're going to need to, just like we are, because the technology. But tomorrow, 2:30 to 3:30 British Standard Time.
I want to give you a little bit of a breakdown of what this actually is.
Ooh,
so
do it, hit it.
We've got Sam going to be talking about all the different.
Who's Sam?
Sam.
Sam, come on.
Of course
you
we
know
know
Sam. Everybody knows Sam.
Sam's the leading expert when it comes to public safety, military, security, those sort of roles. And what Sam does is he's the expert in knowing exactly what different drones, payloads, applications can really benefit people within the security organisations. But also he deals a lot with large military side. So when he's bringing on brigantes as well, Matt, he's going to really talk to you about military and about how they can really embrace drone technology. So we'll have a lot of the big military guys there. Well, it's really exciting.
Just what you were saying. Sorry, because what you're saying. I mean, drones started with military. I mean, that's what they're known for. But what's cool about this is what's going to get embraced. That is the different types of technology that's coming out. So talk about, because Planck gets me really excited. Not in that way, guys, but it gets me really excited because Planck is built to be used with the Parrot and Appy USA, right?
Exactly.
Planck, go on. Planck
is a plank that they put on speedboats that drones land on
while it's moving. So it's not just speedboat, not just speedboat. I mean, that went a bit grandiose there, but that was speedboats. You don't need to just own a speedboat to get the benefits of Planck. And the thing is, with Planck and Parrot and Appy USA, that isn't just for military. That's for police. That's UK police forces. Exactly. But could you imagine? I mean, you wouldn't do this, but it could be used for multiple things. But the thing is, Planck on the back of a moving vehicle, drone just lands. So that's a game changer. So that's some of the stuff that we're talking about there. I've just realised that we've been talking for a long time. We're still on day one. We're only halfway through. So we're going to speed this up.
I feel like we need to do a quick shout out to the other two. So we've got Typhon Distract, which is fantastic, which fits on the Parrot and Appy, and basically is a trigger to blow things up or set things off, flashbang grenades, that sort of thing, and that can go on the Typhon Distract.
You were way too excited about that.
Sorry. Lorenz Technology is another really interesting product, and what that can be used a lot of is within port security and that side, also within the military, but military yet to embrace it in the UK. So that would be really cool just to see what applications they can use.
All this stuff is going to be amazing.
I mean, I am, as you can tell, I'm pretty excited flying this guy.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And then straight after that, we've got Access All Areas with the Helios 2 uncovered with flyability and Raptor UAS. Now, that's going to be with George, who you will have seen earlier in the day doing the M300. But then we're also going to have Anna Gamara from Raptor UAS and Juno, I always get this name wrong, Palumba?
Junior Palumba, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, from flyability. Now, the Helios 2 is an amazing drone, right?
Now that is exciting. That's this one. That's what that one does. So it's a drone in a cage that can just bump into things, but what it's cool is it does confined space inspections. We're really going to be pressing into this and actually find out what this can do, because there's nothing else out there on the market like it. Fantastic application. Again, large inspection companies, the customers of this in the past, the likes of Budweiser, as again, I've mentioned Severn Trent Water, Cemex, a lot of offshore companies are looking at bringing in the Helios. It's a real health and safety sort of win. So from a lot of different angles, you can come in, and that's the win-wins with the Helios.
The big thing with the Helios 2 as well is, I mean, I think we underplayed it a little bit there by saying it's like a cage drone, because it is so much more than that. I mean, you can buy, like, there's drones and then people build cages for them, but that doesn't mean that you would put them into a wind turbine or a oil tank or anything like that. That drone is built for it, man. And the technology and the capabilities and the functionality of it are great. So we can't wait to talk about that with flyability and Raptor UAS. And that's tomorrow at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. British Standard Time, and then 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. CDT. Yeah, CDT time, which I still don't know. We need to figure out what that is. Central District time, Central Division time. Because someone, come on, Bex, we need you to be our researcher here. So can you say CDT time?
Central Daylight Time.
Central Daylight Time.
Yeah.
What they call that?
Oh man, I think it's because Vampire set it.
Maybe.
So they just need to know Central Daylight Time. Is that for America?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So straight after the Helios 2, we are at 5:30 going on to how to scale up your career with drones. And that's with Pete Taylor, COPTRZ, Aaron Goodwill from Aaron Goodwill Roofing and Building Maintenance. So this is like another little bit of a running theme from what Jamie was doing with Chris, right?
Yeah, this is that, but it's a little bit more specific. So this is sort of not growing your drone business, but it's how to enhance your current business with the use of drones. So a little bit different. So I know Aaron bought drones. He's already got a roof and building maintenance business. And he's brought in drones and really seen it revolutionise what he's doing. So his ROI's gone up massively. You know, he's able to the health and safety side of things for his people has improved hugely. But we're not just talking about roofing. This is going to be talking about how he embraced them, what he needed to outlay, what sort of training he needed to get there, and really what else you could be using them for. So yeah, that's really exciting.
Amazing. And then what we're going to click into, just conscious of time, so what we'll click into there straight after is, I love the title of this, you're a drone pilot. Now what? Well, hopefully you would have listened to tuned into the show with Chris and Aaron, and then you'll know what. I mean, if you're looking to be a drone entrepreneur or start your own drone business, but PwC report, 10 years time, how many jobs is it? 678,000 jobs created. And that's not just for pilots, that's for across the board. Everybody thinks it's all about the hardware. Software is big. Data is king when it comes to the drone industry. And what we'll do is we'll quickly skip on, but let's finish with you're a drone pilot. Now what? That's where COPTRZ Academy team, Harry Crawford and Stephen Jameson. And this is all about what do you do after you've got your training. We hear this a lot at COPTRZ, where people have got and this is from years back, where they would have got the PIF goal as it was back then, and it's still valid if you've got that. But you will need to transition to the GVC before the PIFCO expires, so you can get the benefit of the GVC conversion course rather than having to do the full GVC again, which obviously costs more and takes more time. But we hear this a lot. It's like everybody, oh yeah, I'm going to start a drone business. Oh yeah, I've got my PIFCO or I've got my GVC, and it's like, yeah, but you need to know how to operate the drone. It's the hardware, how to make use of the data.
And if you're starting a business, it's not just drones, is it? It's everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is like how you're doing it, how you can apply it to whatever you're using it for.
Absolutely. And guys, we have been talking for so long. That's just day one. We've got to do this all again for day two.
Right,
should we have a refreshment break? 5 minutes. Let's just refresh ourselves. Only joking, guys. Only joking. Let's just wrap through this. So guess what? The Thursday starts at 9 o'clock for an hour, and it's with your boys, Steve and Kev again. But what we're going to be doing, we'll just be doing a recap of what went on day one. So this will be like your highlight reel. We're going to pull all the best bits out. This is like your cribbed version. Pull all the best bits out, and then we'll go through that, and then we'll look forward to what's happening on the day as well. Straight after that, we've got a big boy, Drones and Energy Summit, featuring Northumbrian Water and Network X3.
Well, this is good, Steve. Well, this is going to be amazing. I mean, we deal a lot with Northumbrian Water. We couple of COPTRZ are a lot of the water institutes. But what is interesting is not all the water institutes have yet embraced drone technology. Whether that happens in the future, I'm confident it will happen in the future. So we'll be having Severn Trent coming on to watch, I'm sure, for example. But what's interesting with Networks 3 is, as a drone service provider and someone that can actually go into the Water Institute and help people, you know, really find out what they're doing. And that's where the money is at the end of the day. It's what we're all here for. Where the money is and how you can really embrace working with larger organisations and companies. For example, Northumbrian Water.
Absolutely.
And then we move straight on.
This one's so cool. This one's so cool, isn't it? Cannot wait for this one. Saving the environment, boom, 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 with Wintra and Project Seagrass. I cannot wait for this. So this is it. Like, you always hear about drones when they're in the press. 80% of it's all the bad crap. Exactly. It's all the bad press. But actually, but then what we've got now is drones for good. Saving the environment with Wintra and Project Seagrass. Now they are doing something absolutely phenomenal. So if you're worried about climate change, wondering about how drone technology is being used, to innovative. I always, why do I even attempt that word? I can never do it. Say it for me.
Innovative
Ways. Yes, innovative. That's not right. Innovative.
Move on.
Let's move on.
Creative.
We don't want to be there. We don't want to be here for a minute while I pronounce words correctly. But this is going to be amazing. So Project Seagrass, just very quickly, sum it up in 10 seconds.
Okay,
Steve?
it's a climate change solution that's looking at seagrass on the seabed, which is where seagrass comes from. We've lost 70% of it around the north coast of Scotland, and it's one of the biggest extractors of carbon in the atmosphere in the UK. So it's how they're trying to put, using drones to be able to capture the data of where the seagrass is and find out what they can do to improve the environment.
Yeah, big time.
10 seconds.
Well, I don't know. Don't care. It was a 10 seconds. So probably a lot longer. Then we're bouncing straight from that into live Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced Inspection with Geo Access, one of the big boys in the UK drone industry, right? They're doing great things, won big contracts and doing a lot of great stuff. So yeah.
Again, brilliant to get involved with a company like this. We talk a lot about, we always say these large companies, large organizations getting involved with drones, but actually, if you're not that big, you can build a large organization and win these large contracts, as Kev so rightly says, such as what GeoAccess has been doing with rope access and now using drones, such as this one.
Big time. And this is live. So this is a live M2EA inspection with GeoAccess. So you'll be able to tune in, you'll see it, and then just discover if this drone is the right solution for your inspection business. So that'll be pretty cool. Then we go into another called Launched in 60 Seconds, starring Parrot and Apple USA drone, Sam Deneth, and Asif Gilani.
Well
from
done.
Parrot.
Well
I
done.
know, getting everything right. But Parrot and Apple USA launched last year, big on big public safety drone, right?
Brilliant public safety drone. It's Parrot and Apple USA, it's made in the USA, takes out a lot of the security issues which we see within the military, within the police. Also, it's got 30 times optical zoom and an incredibly high resolution thermal imaging camera. Now, for a drone like this that you can hand launch and put up in seconds, it's unbelievable. So that it's chasing people through wooded areas, going up and searching huge scale areas and search and rescue. This drone really is phenomenal. Parrot have really come to the fore with bringing out the NAFA USA.
And we called it Launched in 60 Seconds because in less than 60 seconds, you can have this in the air, gathering vital aerial intelligence. So it's going to be really great when we talk through all this. And it's awesome to have Asif on it as well.
Yeah, brilliant.
Cool. Then we're going to jump on to, and this is what we're saying, it's not just about the hardware, it's about the software. Data is king. The future of the drone industry is going to be about who controls the data, who can manage the data, i.e. capture it, store it, package it up, report it, get it into the hands of the stakeholders. So one of the best bits of software out there, how to get the most out of your survey data with Pix4D.
Exactly. And we've got Nate on it as well. He'll be talking us through all the different uses and different applications Pix4D can be used for. Software is getting more and more and more vital to the organisations, and particularly when it comes to drone service providers. So wouldn't it be great if you could just capture that data, print it off as a PDF, pass it on to the final customer, and make your money from it that way? Wouldn't that be brilliant? But we'll find out how we can do that in this
session. And Nate is from Pix4D, and I'll let you pronounce this one. Perangelo is from Pix4D as well. That's at 3:45 p.m. British Standard Time tomorrow for 45 minutes. Then we rock on to Drones for Public Safety Summit. Now, this is pretty cool as well. This is with Blair, Lowland Rescue, and West Yorkshire Police. That's going to be cool, which is going to be really cool. So we've got Randall on it. We've got Perry Smith from Norfolk Fire. We've got Nick from Search and Rescue Northampton. And we've got someone from West Yorkshire Police, which is great. And you know what? I don't think we need to talk too much on how drones are having a massive impact across emergency services.
Exactly. But what I would say we could talk a little bit more about is particularly within search and rescue. And it's interesting to know how they'll be used for police within fire. So let's be looking at the different ideas. You know, they're not just catching the bad guys; they're also catching the good guys, saving people, not letting dogs go into buildings when you can send a drone in anyway. Not letting people go into buildings when you can send a drone in. So that's going to be really interesting to find out the different uses. Dare I say it, they're going to be talking about some real life examples of when they've been using drones within the police, which I've got
across them all. Yeah, across them all, not just police, search and rescue.
Fire.
And it's not just about finding stranded walkers on some of the biggest mountains and climbs in the UK wearing the Nike lifestyle trainers. Cool. Then we rock on to, I've jumped a lot there, but then it is time for COPTRZ Recognition Awards in partnership with Awards and Area Media. And that's with yourself, Steve. It's with Richard Nichols from Awards and Adam Watkins from Area Media. That's going to be cool. And that's just celebrating some of the great operators within the drone industry, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. So we're receiving nominations now. So we're having a look.
Well, when does it close? When does it close, Bex?
12 p.m. Thursday.
Nominations close 12 p.m. Thursday. So if you haven't nominated, can you nominate yourself or others? Then absolutely do it now. There is still time, because then you've got a chance of featuring on the COPTRZ Recognition Awards at 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. British Standard Time. And then what do you get as well? What do the winners get?
So you get, somehow got me to convince to sign this off. So they get £1,000 vouchers towards any training. So that can get you your on-call 5. That can get a few people who works with you or for you, GBC course. That can get you a thermography course. That can get you all sorts of different applications. So that'll be really exciting to see. But also ultimately, actually recognising people doing great things with the drone industry, because it's not COPTRZ that pulls it forward or gives us the reason to how we've been able to run this event. It's people out there using them, doing it, doing the day-to-day, making money from it, changing their lives with it. And we talk about this a lot. It's not just and when we're looking at businesses and new businesses embracing drone technology, it's not just about the ROI. It's not just about, you know, making a fortune. It's also about your lifestyle. It's also about the health and safety side of it. And also ultimately, a lot of it's about efficiency. And a lot of it's about, you know, being able to use your time better rather than surveying, for example, walking a field with a stake, measuring distances like this. You can send a drone up and do it in 10 seconds flat. You know, it's amazing. So we'll be looking at all these. We'll be looking at the innovative ideas. We'll be recognising some of the really creative and inspiring ways how people have been using drone tech.
And that will wrap the 2 days. I feel like we've just done the 2 days, you and me. I feel like we've just made people sit through 2 days. We've been like, blah. But what's really cool as well is there's a lot of other things going on. So we know that this is 2 full days. We've crammed a lot in it. I think there's 16, 17 different events. And we understand that you won't be able to catch them all. Do not fear. We are doing live commentary across Facebook and Twitter. So you can just keep up to date with everything. So any nuggets that come out of any of the sessions with some of these drone industry giants, you'll be able to follow them on the Twitter or Facebook page. So there's that, and you'll be able to get involved as well. If you've got any questions, comments, pop them in there as well, and we'll make sure that if there's a webinar coming up, and we like those questions and the safe to say below the 9 p.m. watershed, then we'll try and get them in. If you put them in before the webinar happens, we'll just pass them on to the host. So there's that as well. And then what we will also be doing after COPTRZ CON, we're going to be launching the COPTRZ Drone World podcast. Oh yeah, exciting. Yeah. I don't think we did it justice there. That drum roll was. You did a bad drum bit.
Well, I wasn't expecting it. We've not rehearsed this.
Yeah, well, it's because we're live. We're live. So the podcast, the first show will be going live next week. And do you know what? It'll just be an extension of COPTRZ CON. We work with so many people within the industry from around the globe, and there's so much innovation happening. The technology is just accelerating at such a pace now that for us, it's not an if drone technology will be adopted across all sectors and industries. It's just when now. And COPTRZ CON will give all you guys a glimpse into what the future holds.
Exactly. So that's it. We're excited to go through it. We're excited to ask as many questions as we answer as well, which would be brilliant. So, like we say, please subscribe. Come and have a look view as many or as little as you'd like. There'll also be recordings.
Yeah, and 21 hours to go. Sounds like a Craig David song. You've still got time to get your ticket. So make sure you don't miss out. And then even better, just register. If you can't make them all, don't worry. We will package them up and send them out to you. You will have access to these bad boys. And then you'll find out all about the podcast and be kept up to date to that. Remember, we're doing a live commentary across Facebook and Twitter. We got so many people from around the world tuning in. It's been the response has been phenomenal. So we are committed to making sure that we put on a spectacular show for you guys, and then really help to elevate the drone industry to another level.
So I love you and leave you. We look forward to seeing you then. I wish I'd
see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
To tap my papers and we turn like this, don't we, at the end of it?
Well, we can do the sports. Let's do the sports.
And onto the weather. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Right, go. Cheers, guys. See you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Boom.